And hello, everyone. Welcome. Good morning to our live trading workshop. It is July 30th. My name is Daniel, and today, as we do approximately once a month, we will trade our live account for the futures open or the cash open this morning. It is kind of an interesting day. I expect markets to be relatively slow today because we do have, as you may know, the Fed interest rate decision at 2 p.m. Typically, when such a major, potentially market shaking event is happening during the day, markets are extremely calm before that. But having said this, I think there will still be interesting trading opportunities today. Well, before we get into it, as you may know, I'm greeting you today from our beautiful office here in Montreal, in Canada. And where are you guys calling in from? Who do we have? Who do we have in the room today? So please put your location into the Q&A box. So I'm going to have a look. Where's my Q&A box? There we go. All right, David aus Frankfurt. Hey, David. David, wie geht's? Edda from Hamburg. Hey, Edda. Andrea from Hamburg. Wow, two people from Hamburg today. Awesome. Who else do we have? So 3 German people so far. John from Fort Collins, Colorado. Hey, John, how's it going over there? Um, Akin from Wuppertal. Hey, Akin, how's it going? Nice to have you on board. Who else do we have today? Let me see how many people do we have. Oh, we have a full room today, indeed, quite a full room. Who else do we have? So Akin from Wuppertal. Here from America. All right, somebody from the US. Yeah, and also not very surprising. We do have, yeah, a crowd oftentimes divided between Germany and the US. All right, well, thanks, guys, for sharing your location. Let's get into it. All right. So, I need to remind you before we get started, trading does contain substantial risk and therefore is not suited for every investor. If you trade, make sure to only use risk capital, which is money that you actually can afford to lose. When it comes to backtest performance or hypothetical performance, keep in mind that this is not necessarily indicative of future performance, and any trade ideas and setups discussed in this webinar should not be construed as trade advice. These are for educational purposes only. All right. So who do we have from our team on board today? Of course, it's going to be me. I'm going to be at the helm. I'm going to be manning the charts, but I will be supported also by Nicholas. Nicholas will be helping out. He's going to look for some other time frames, for some other contingencies that may happen today, and he's going to help me in our trading. And what we're going to do today heavily is based on what's called technical analysis. And interestingly, we're going to use our flagship indicators to do most of the heavy lifting. So we're going to rely on our indicators to guide us through our trading process, basically putting our money where our mouth is this morning. So this is what we have in store for you today, and a couple of ground rules, however. So we are going to trade live this morning. We will be trading mainly futures, potentially maybe some stocks day trading, even though it's going to be mainly on the futures. We will be doing something this morning called a day trading based on technical analysis. Having this said, however, the techniques and these setups, these are universally applicable. So whatever works for our day trading timeframes also typically works for the larger time frame. So if you're more of a swing trader or an investor, you just use the same setups, but on higher time frames. All right. Also, we will be using TradingView this morning. Why? Well, because not just because it's a very convenient platform, it's also a very popular platform. And simply put, it is probably the greatest common denominator. So even though you may be on NinjaTrader, chances are, or maybe a ModifWave, chances are you have used TradingView in the past. Okay, this is why we're going to be using TradingView, because I think everybody can associate or use whatever has seen what we are showing to you today, has seen it before. We're also going to be taking live trades, so it's going to be a live futures account, but we are time bound. So the session is scheduled to be approximately 2 hours, give or take. And because it's time bound, sometimes just because we want to show you how we take trades, we may sometimes force a trade and just to get into a trade, and sometimes prematurely close down a trade. So just keep this in mind. Also, a quick heads up, will every trade going to be a winner? Maybe. But there's no guarantee, of course. There's no strategy out there in the world. If somebody's promising you this, he's lying to you. There's no strategy in the world which would guarantee this. So also for us here, absolutely not. We may not have a winning day. We may have a losing day. We've been quite successful in the past, so hopefully it's going to be a winning day. And of course, we will do everything in our power to increase our odds of having a winning day. So we're going to do multi-time frame analysis. We're going to use all our flagship indicators. We're going to heavily look at where support and resistance is in relation to current price, where's trend pointing to, what is volume doing, and so forth. And of course, we're going to be avoiding major market events. So me for sure, I will be out of the market at 2 p.m. at the very latest today. As you know, the Fed is announcing at 2 p.m. Eastern time today. All right. And just to show you where you can find this information, let me quickly go to our TradingView chart here. There we go. I think I just got kicked out from my Interactive Brokers account. No problem. Going back in here. Just a second. Okay, we're going to look at our calendar. And if you open up the TradingView calendar, you can see that we did have some Bank of Canada decisions. Actually, we do have them coming up at 9:45, so we're probably going to stay out of the Canadian dollar as well, which we're not in anyways. So at 9:45, which is a market-shaking event for the Canadian dollar, and then the Fed interest rate decision at 2 p.m. Expectation is that nothing's going to change. So the interest rate will stay stable. You can see it here. Will stay at 4.5%. Should this not be the case, meaning should the Fed make drop the rates or maybe hike the rates, which is highly unlikely, but perhaps drop the rates, then this could shake the markets a lot. So we're going to definitely exit all our leverage positions at the latest by 2 p.m., probably even earlier than this. Okay, so but besides this, nothing really is happening this morning. I'm going to exit this filter here just to see some of the minor events. So we have the interest rate decision from the Canadian government, Bank of Canada, some home sales coming in, Bank of Canada press conference, some oil stuff is coming at 10:30. Okay, this could be of interest. And then we're going to see. So oil also perhaps something we should keep an eye on at around 9:30 this morning. Okay.
10.
Okay, and somebody, Nicholas?
Yeah, I just said 10:30 for oil because you said 9:30.
Oh,
sorry,
10:30,
continue.
yes. Maybe I was on a different time frame. Time zone. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, 10:30, of course. Okay, perfect. And somebody's asking, what is this indicator called here on the right-hand side? That's our volume IQ indicator. All right. Okay, so but we're going to ease into this. I'm going to quickly go back to my slides, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. The theory of what we're going to do is, but just a quick reminder. So how do we typically trade? Well, we like to trade in 3 steps. We don't like to trade ad hoc. We actually like to make informed trading decisions based on a systematic process. And the 3 steps are, first off, understanding what's the current story of the market. So how do we end up where we are right now in the market? What is the trend? Are we trending down? Are we trending up? Where's key support? Where's key resistance? And so forth. Then we're going to try to predict, okay, where is the next chapter going to be? What is the next chapter going to be? So we're going to make a prediction, and then we're going to wait, if possible. Of course, that's perhaps something which you would do at home when you have more time. We would wait for confirmation. So how would this work? Here's an example. So first off, we will let our indicators do all the heavy lifting. So the answers to all this will come from our indicators. Yeah, we try to really rely on our indicators for this part. Okay, so what's the story of the market? And this can be as complex or as simple as you like. We like to ask just a couple of questions here. First off, what's the trend? So how do we end up where we are right now? Are we trending upwards? Are we trending downwards? What's the current momentum showing us? And for this, we use our MA rush indicator, which prints these labels on the chart, either bearish or bullish. Secondly, what are key levels? Where are key support and key resistance levels? And this is super, super important because markets tend to react to these levels in a very specific way. Yeah? We oftentimes bounce off resistance or bounce off support. And if we break these levels, we may see a big follow through. So this is really important to understand what the next chapter may be all about. And more importantly, if you are about to enter a trade, does this trade even have enough room to go? Let's say you want to go long here for some reason. There's not much room because resistance is right above us. And also this is very helpful in terms of exiting our trade later on. So keep this in mind. Next, where's the action? Where at which price levels? And this comes back to our volume IQ indicator. At which price levels do we find the most trading volume? You can see these high volume nodes here. And where do we have the least trading volume? And this is also really important to know because these levels often work as accelerators or decelerators. So in these low volume areas, price tends to power through very quickly, and then it gets kind of stuck like molasses, as Niklas would say, in these high volume areas where price really slows down. And we can also see by means of this indicator, what's the current bias? Is there a certain bias towards the upside or the sell side at certain price levels? So this volume IQ is going to be used for this. And two more indicators we're going to use occasionally, trend radar to see what are the overall market conditions by means of this histogram here. Do we currently have a pullback in the bull market? Are we sideways consolidating? Might that be an overall reversal and so forth? And finally, trend or TI matrix is going to give us a multi-time frame confirmation of what's going on, just some additional context. So all these indicators we are going to be using to understand what's the current market story. Once we know this, once we know what the current market story is, then we can make a prediction of what the next chapter may be all about. So for example, here, if you look at this one here, we can see, we just came off the support level here. Overall, the trend is bearish. You can see this one here. Price just bounced off the support level, stopped pretty much at this high volume node. Now our prediction could be, putting all this together, okay, trends or prices are going to continue to decline after this pullback. So this could be our prediction for the next chapter ahead. Because we're in trading, let's face it, is all about predicting what may happen next. And so once we make this prediction, we can also then define, okay, if we believe that prices will decline, this is going to be our target, perhaps just above the support level. This is going to be our stop just above this resistance level. And as you can see, all our indicators, they help us make these decisions. And then occasionally, and this is just typically something that you would do when you have a bit more time, because it's, really waiting for the holy grail where everything comes together as you wait for extra confirmation. So let's say, okay, we are predicting price to decline. We will wait for a concrete entry signal to the bearish side, to the sell side from one of our signal indicators. And you can see it here, for example, by a 1 to 3 strike may give us like a short entry signal in addition to our prediction, hey, we're going to go down anyways. Now that's going to give you some extra confirmation there. Or perhaps divergence cloud will give us this entry signal, or perhaps volatility crusher. So that's the idea for today. I know it sounds a bit theoretical, but let's get practical right now. Let's switch over to the charts. So I'm gonna quickly go over to my chart here, and I'm gonna show you what we have prepared for you. So first off, we are going to trade our interactive brokers account. You can see here we are connected to our live account. We have around $15,000 in the account. We're going to use this for our leveraged futures trading. Of course, this is our risk capital. Futures trading especially is risky, does contain substantial risk. So this needs to be money which we are comfortable risking. It's our risk capital, and it should be the same for you guys. So if you trade the futures market, make sure to only use risk capital. Okay, so we're connected with TradingView, and I personally really enjoy having this TradingView connection that way. It's just a very convenient way of trading. I really get used to it. It's such a cool, easy to use platform. It's cloud-based, no installation needed, and it's just, something which I enjoy while doing my regular work at the same time. So I oftentimes set TradingView alerts. They alert me of certain setups. I then flip to the chart and then potentially place a trade or not. So this allows me to, just do my regular business and then just occasionally trade. And I think many of you may be in the same position where you have other things to do. You have busy lives. You may have a full-time job, and you just want to trade on the side a little bit. I think TradingView is a great platform for this because you can get all these alerts. And then just, you flip over to the chart and then you make an informed decision if an interesting setup pops up. All right. So that's going to be our trading setup here. So we're going to trade off our interactive brokers connection with TradingView, and we're going to use this trading panel here on the right-hand side. But before we trade, of course, we need to understand that we need to find something to trade. So for this, we will be scanning through various symbols today. And don't be scared by this layout. This is what I like to look at. It gives me personally a good overview, but I'm going to walk you through very slowly what we can see here. So The first step, this step here on the left-hand side, is a tab with the 4 big index futures. So see, up here we have the micro Nasdaq. Here we have the micro S&P E-minis, or S&P futures, I should say. Down here, micro Dow, and down here, micro Russell. And why do I set up my chart this way? Because it gives me an instant idea of what's going on right now. So I can see, for example, right now, here in the Nasdaq futures, let me just hide this a little bit, we can see we had this big dip down here when the market opened, of course, as it oftentimes does when the cash market opens, and then we went up, and now we're trading above this zone of control. And actually, Niklas and I, we discussed this symbol previously, that if we lose this zone of control, maybe this could be a potential long setup. So we're going to get to this in just a second. So all this to say is this kind of setup allows me to scan very quickly what's going on right now in the markets here. Okay, so these are the major index futures, and then we're going to move on to our metals. We have gold here. Wow, gold is really taking a turn for the downside today. We are right at this liquidity level down here. If we lose this level, I think we may see another acceleration to the downside. So gold, I think, for a potential short is also of interest right here. Then we have silver. Wow, silver also came down, but it's coming up again. So silver also broke this support level here. It's coming back up. If we come back all the way here, this could be a great zone break retrace setup. Something to consider. Then we have micro copper down here, where we are right at our zone of control, actually just below this. And then we have platinum futures on the right-hand side right here. And just to complete the picture, then we're gonna, start trading very fast. Oil has been on a run to the upside. Wow. I didn't expect this. When we did our live market analysis yesterday, I thought maybe oil is going to be more range bound. It had this intermediate resistance level above it, but it just powered through. Now it's on the tear to the upside. So this could be an interesting symbol for a bullish trade, because here for sure the momentum is certainly bullish, especially if you can hold the zone of control. Maybe this could be a nice long entry. Natural gas, the widowmaker. I have a love-hate relationship with this symbol. It used to be very nice to me, but then as of late, it has been difficult to say the least. But very bearish. We lost. Well, a big decline here. We broke below support, coming back up again. This could be also an interesting zone break retrace setup to the short side. And then we have corn futures, one of my favorite contracts to trade. I'm going to talk about this for sure today. This has been highly successful for me. It works in very predictable patterns, at least in my view. So definitely something we're going to look more in detail today. And then we have, which one is the soybeans here? This was the wrong symbol. We have soybeans here on the right-hand side. And last but not least, and then let's get to the trading. We have our currency futures. Here we have the euro, micro euro futures, also big zone break here below support for nice follow through. The pound also seems to be losing this level. Bitcoin is still rangy. I mentioned it yesterday in our market analysis. We are really flagging in Bitcoin. And so we're going to wait for the breakout of this bull flag in Bitcoin. Until this happens, I think we're going to be quite range bound. And then Ethereum down here on the right-hand side. All right. So let's get concrete. So I'm going to start off with the micro Nasdaq futures. So we saw it here in our overview. And Chris is pointing out the Swiss franc. Anything interesting happening there, Chris? Maybe you're going to have a quick look at this one here, but let's start with the Nasdaq. So what do we see here? So let me drag this down a little bit, hide the trade panel, and zoom in a little bit. So here we are on the 5-minute time frame. And I should say that I configured our liquidity IQ indicator to use, for now, the 30-minute reference time frame. Every other indicator uses the default settings. So what do we see right now? Let me just take this away so we have a bit clearer picture. Yeah, a bit of a zigzag move when the market opens. Now we went below and we went up, and now we are right at this zone of control. And it's going to be interesting to see what will happen at this zone of control. Will we hold it? If we do, I think, if you can hold this level, I think we may see another attempt at higher price levels. If we lose it, I think it's not unlikely we're going to actually look at NASDAQ coming down all the way at the minimum to this liquidity level here, or perhaps this one below. So Let's see what happens here. I would like to see and let the market decide of where in which direction it wants to go, and then we can just follow suit as traders. So here we're just gonna wait what happens with price right now, right at this zone of control as per our volume IQ indicator. And you may remember when prices are on these high volume nodes, they slow down. So it is absolutely possible that we can be stuck in this zone of control for quite some time. So we have to be perhaps a bit patient with NASDAQ. So that was that one. The other symbol I liked was silver. So silver did, um, there we go. Silver did break below. You can see it here in just a second. It broke below its support level here. We are bearish, first of all. We broke below it. Nice follow through. And I was hoping for silver, hey, maybe we're going to come up towards this level again. And then I think this could be a really interesting short entry here. I don't want to enter right now, even though it looks quite bearish. I want to wait patiently for prices to come up a bit higher, maybe a scale at this price level here, and then maybe one more time here, in the expectation that we're going to see a bit of a retracement of this bearish move. If we do, this could be a nice entry opportunity to the short side in silver. So I'm going to keep define an alert right here for silver. And the beauty about TradingView is that you can define alerts for basically everything. So here, so I click on the little plus sign. And if prices come up to this level, I want to be alerted. Perfect. So that's for silver. Let me go back to my overview tab. And Nicholas, do you see anything of immediate interest right now in the markets, which I perhaps
No, but
did
I
not see
do
yet?
agree with what you're saying about silver and gold, because if you look at your index tab, or even this tab right here,
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
symbols are right at the tier two, like the zone of control, and
Yeah.
not just on the 5 minute, but on the 15 and 30 minute. So, once one of them picks a direction, I think we're going to start to see a clearer story of what to do.
Yeah.
Nasdaq, I'm really liking for a long right now. I'm looking at it on actually like a 1 minute chart, to see the volume profile, to see how it's developing. And the most important level or range is where we are right now. It's like between 23,470 and 23,490. So personally, I like
Yeah.
that with a tight stop, like already to be scaling in long, expecting it, because overall we're bullish. But I agree with you. Let's wait to see if it can break out of that range and then place a limit order below, to get in on a
Perfect.
pullback.
Yeah, and
I
I had a
wouldn't
bit of an
short it
internet
though.
issue.
Yeah.
You would not short it?
Would you? Yeah,
I mean,
I wouldn't short it because we still do have some decent volume down there, and there's liquidity
yeah,
levels. On you could see the momentum's
yeah.
still bullish even on the 5 minute. Definitely is on longer time frames. So I would wait a
I
little
mean,
bit.
I personally would short it, but with a very quick profit target just here for a little scalp. So if you lose this level, maybe go here, then maybe just a quick scalp for a couple of points potentially. But I'm well aware. Look at this big. You're absolutely right at this support level here, and there's another one here. So that's major support. We need to be aware of this one. But yeah, I think we have to stay on the sidelines to see what the market decides to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Let's look at gold, MGC, right here. So, and I think one thing you should do if you see these big gaps in your contracts, a little TradingView hack, that is most likely caused by the fact that you don't use back adjusted data. So, this happens when contracts are spliced together. Gold contracts, they expire I believe every month. So they need to, to get a bigger picture, these individual contracts, they must be spliced together into what they call a continuous contract. But this only really makes sense for technical analysis if you use back adjustment. If not, you have these huge gaps and then you get completely levels which are out of whack. So you don't want to do this. So I click back adjusted. And once I do this, now we have a nice consolidated picture with real levels here on our contract. So always keep this in mind. All right. So, yeah, gold. Let's have a look here. This is once again the 5 minute time frame. We are. Oh, this didn't load. Sometimes you see this little exclamation mark here, then you just have to reload that chart just to see where our liquidity levels are. And you can see here we are right at this support zone, and it looks to me, at least a little bit, that we might be losing this support. And if we do, Nicholas, I think this could be an interesting short here, right off the bat, trading the zone break. What do you think? Just, I think,
I don't disagree. And the indices are starting to grind up too, and like there's generally an inverse correlation, not so much this morning, but I would be wary just because we're already down so much um, on gold
yeah,
in the short
it would
term. So
it would be with a very tight stop loss. Yeah, I would just put my stop up here. Maybe just trying this trade, just trying to put a little small contract in. It's a cheap contract. It's Canadian dollars even. Just to ease in, I think if we lose this level, we can definitely see a bit of a follow through. Definitely going to be aware that there might be a retracement afterwards. Back to the zone. But I think, like a limit entry here, just to play this to the downside could not be the worst idea. Our stop was just above the zone. This is our classic zone break trades. I'm going to place it here. Let's see if we can maybe get our fill here.
in the zone, like, or
And
no, right there.
I
I think
I'm gonna
it's
do it.
yeah, you
You
go
think it's
ahead.
gonna come? You think it's gonna come back up? I think
Well,
it.
I'm watching the indices and they're starting to like MNQ is losing that zone we were talking about. It's like really undecided. I would think
Yeah.
if the indices break and fall down, that gold's going to spike up real quick. But that maybe that's
Uh,
not the case this morning. Different type of
I,
day. So
and
it's only
I
one
think
contract.
it's only one contract. We can scale in further. This is just to tip our toe in the water, potentially get our fill here. And as you see, I always enter by limit order. It's one of my there we go. It's one of my things that I do. It's the surest way to avoid any kind of slippage because you are guaranteed to be filled at your limit entry price or better. So yeah, that's gonna be our gold trade. And the idea is we trade in the breakout. We can see we lost or we are about to lose, I should say, this support level. If we do, then I think we may see a nice follow through to the downside. But I want to be careful. We already lost quite a bit in gold. We may see a retracement back to the upside. I'm going to put my target right here, just a very conservative target at this point. And the expectation is that, if we hit it, okay, fine. We made a little profit there. And then we can reshore it again if we see the retracement back to this level, and then play the same thing again. So
An
that's
interesting
the
one right now,
idea here.
Daniel, is copper.
Copper. All right.
Yeah,
So
it's starting to lose
MH.
that tier two, the zone of control. So
Let's
if we
check it out.
if we check on I think I was on the 15 or 30 minute, but it is even though it hasn't made totally new lows, it's really struggling with that 5.62 and a half zone on the higher time frame. And yeah, I think
Okay.
it's nice reward to risk either for a short. If we hop over to like the 15-minute, I think it'll give us a bigger picture. A short
There
is
we go.
nice reward to risk, maybe a target at the support level, and then perhaps just swap to a long if it manages to regain it.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at what we are seeing here. So we do see we are coming off this zone of control here in copper. We are bearish. We have a bit of rooms to go towards this liquidity level here at 5.5. So yeah, this could be an interesting short. Playing the fact that, okay, I mean, let's just go zoom out a little bit more. I think my internet is a bit slow today. Am I cutting off at times? Well, at least
You
my
just did
charts are a
once
bit
briefly
sluggish.
before.
Okay. So I hope this is gonna resolve itself. But yeah, we are definitely in a bearish phase here. If you just look at gauge it price here, so from a longer term, we are bearish. Yeah, and I like it for a short trade. So I'm gonna just jump into this one as well. I'm gonna click on our trade panel here, make this a little bit bigger. There we go. And the idea is once we come up maybe towards this level again here, enter by limit sell order. Potentially at a level right here. Our stop loss just above the zone of control, which coincides with this pivot high. So right here, because if we lose this one, I think we're gonna revert to the upside. And our target, well, where will we put it? Well, right above this support level, because that's the price may bounce off to the upside again. So let's do this. Let's say sell, and we have a next order in place. Fine. Buy. That's fine. Strange messages sometimes here in Trading View. And I'm not worried about maybe missing out this trade. I think, it's never a good idea to rush into a trade and chase a trend. That's my personality. I rather miss out on a trade than trying to chase it. down. So
Definitely don't
uh,
chase this one because on a higher time frame, copper's really in a big, huge, like historic uptrend over the last month, and this can still
yeah,
be a higher low forming. So I would wait on it.
yeah. And I'm going to switch back to our beautiful gold trade. Oh, and this is a good example of what it means to chase down a trade here. We're up here, but I like it. I think now we are right. Ah, actually, I don't like it that much anymore because we actually never really broke this level. We had this bar here, but one thing that you should know about our liquidity IQ indicator, it will show you a zone break at times. So, when the level is lost, it will give you a little arrow or flag on this on the signal here, on the chart here. In this case, we did not see it, and here's the reason why: because we never really left this level. So for liquidity IQ to give us a zone break indication, we need to have a bar completely outside this level. This didn't happen. Of course, every single candle in here is still in this key support level. So we never really had that zone break. So I'm going to be a bit careful. I still think we may come down, but I don't want to double down on this one here because technically speaking, this level has held so far. We never really broke it completely. So let's just be careful here. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit here too early on this particular trade. Okay, and I see copper has executed. So let's go back here. Let's have a look what copper is doing. So MHG, yeah, we had our little copper entry here. And yeah, let's see what's happening. So the idea is, and I like the fact that we have a series of lower highs and lower lows here in copper. And hopefully that's gonna, continue, especially if this zone of control is holding right here. So let's see how this will work. Perfect. All right, so we can keep an eye on copper. We have two trades open right now. We have our live trade here in gold. It's grinding upwards. While we're holding it, we'll see what's going to happen. So maybe a bit of a bear flag here after a big move down. Prices are consolidating, and we'll see. Maybe we're going to lose this level. If not, well, then we have kind of no harm, no foul. It's a very small position size. We eased into this trade, and the zone break, which we anticipated, is not unfolding at this level, maybe holding. But this to say, we may short it again. If prices are coming up, we'll close this trade, we're going flat, and potentially going back in again later on. All right, so this is working out so far. Let's have a quick look at NASDAQ. Where are we with the
They're
indices?
kind of struggling. MNQ's at the lower. Oh, it's been like this for the past 24 hours. It's still just bouncing up and down in that really tight, like 30-point
Yeah,
range. It's really undecided so far, I think.
yeah.
What's going to happen?
And I'm gonna switch over, yeah, while we're still busy in that range in here. I'm gonna switch over to one of my favorite contracts to trade as of late. You may not have traded ever in your life before, but it's gonna show you what I mean by this. It is corn futures. So I've been quite successful trading that contract as of late, and it's called SC. And the reason why I like this one so much, and I just saw it here on my other screen, is that it really adheres very strongly to technical levels. And look what you can see right now. And I think this is going to be a very interesting trade right here off the bat if we get there. Look at this. So here, let me just make sure that we are configured properly. Yes. Actually, what did I do on the? I think I had a different setting for my reference time frame. Let me put this to chart real
Yeah, it
quick.
doesn't look right.
Looks all right, but
It's not the one you
uh,
had, I mean. Yeah.
yeah, this one. That's what I wanted to see. Look at this one here. So I like this one for sure. I mean, Corn for some reason is extremely respectful of our technical levels, especially if we're coming up to, like, let's see, a key resistance level here, and we have a liquidity capture. So we're gonna keep an eye on this because I like this one for short. If we can come up here, potentially to this level here, to this resistance level, we get a liquidity capture similar to what we had here. I will definitely short this one. It's a very reliable symbol. That's a reliable trade that we can have, so you can see all these liquidity captures. We oftentimes see a nice bounce off these levels once we have it. So let's keep an eye on it. You can see here I traded this extensively. in the past. And yeah, we're going to keep an alert right here. Hopefully, we're going to get a little bit further. I don't want to chase it here. I want prices to come up at a minimum to this level, maybe see a liquidity capture. Let's put an alert maybe at this level here when prices get into this zone of control. And then we're gonna switch back to corn futures to potentially enter a short trade right here
It looks like a
if we
nice
go a bit
chart
higher.
just to have even alert or liquidity capture in general. Like if you look at the ones on the
Yeah,
chart, there hasn't been a liquidity capture that wasn't immediately followed by some drastic move, like that one right there, and then the
yeah.
one before when the level got lost.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing to know also about corn futures, first of all, it's a super slow moving contract. It's I like it because it's very soothing. It's peaceful. It's just something I like to trade. It's just so slow. It's like watching paint dry. But of course, I also like the fact that if you are patient, if you're setting your alerts for these liquidity captures, and these can always be very interesting opportunities to potentially yeah. Uh, trade off these levels, trade the bounces. Yeah, it happens a lot of times. It's an expensive contract, but if you ease in with small position sizes, it can definitely be something of interest. So we're
You,
gonna definitely keep an eye on this one here.
you know what looks cool right now, Daniel, is Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
If you want to
All
go into the
right.
15, please go into the 15-minute chart. I've got liquidity IQ on the 2 hour. If you pop those on, we're like perfect
Okay.
magnet zone and we're crossing over the tier two. Very clear reward to risk.
Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, so Bitcoin right at this tier two. Yes, absolutely. Oh yeah, perfect magnet zone. I know what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Support down here, resistance up here, and we're right smack down the middle. Yeah, but this, a quick. Let me just zoom out for 1 second on the higher time frame. Just real quick, Nicholas, if you indulge me for a sec, because I want to point something out that Bitcoin actually going to hide all our levels here. Just real quick, Bitcoin, if you go to the daily time frame here, is in a very clear flagging pattern. I can see it here on this chart. This is Bitcoin futures, but it looks the same on spot Bitcoin. We went up very strongly to all-time highs in Bitcoin. Ever since then, if I may draw this here with my brush. So this is our flag post. Ah, come on. There we go. Oh, so ugly. Whatever. So here we have our, oh boy, that's probably the ugliest bull flag you ever see in your life. But this is, oh, actually, yeah, I'm embarrassed by this. Let me do this again. 1 second. Let me delete all 5 drawings. Okay, so the flag post here. There we go. And then here we have like this little bull flag. You can see it here. So it's a range bound pattern until we break out. So the idea is if we break above this level here, then I think we're going to see an acceleration to the upside. But we need to get there first. So right now, until this happens, we are definitely range bound in Bitcoin. And now if you go back to the smaller time frames, there we go. You said the 50-minute, Nicholas, with the 2 hour reference time frame.
Yeah,
Is
and
that, yeah.
I'm not thinking like a full breakout, but it's making higher lows very clearly on that time frame, and I'm thinking maybe it'll see a 120, something like that as a target.
Yeah.
It really depends on the 2 p.m. news today. What's going to
Yeah,
happen
for
with
sure.
it?
I mean, at 2 p.m., I'm certainly will be out of the market. There's no question about this in my mind. But let's have a quick look here. Where my indicators go? Did I delete them?
Uh,
Oh, I think I clicked here, delete.
oh
This
yeah,
delete thing was for the
removes them.
drawings and the indicators. Okay. Well, let me add them again. So I'm gonna add, oh boy, and gold got stopped out. Okay. Well, that's
It's
that's a
strange.
shame.
The indices are actually at the upper end of their range. There's like no correlation this morning
Yeah,
between the indices and the metals so much.
it's okay. It's fine. It was tip in the water with our toe. It jumped the gun a little bit there because, oops, come on. 1 second. Let me just configure this chart back because after I deleted everything. Just a second. There we go. Okay. So yeah, right at this tier two zone here in Bitcoin. But here I would wait, Nicholas. I'm not sure what your idea is, but I want this tier two to be resolved first. And then let the market decide where it wants to go for the remainder of the day. What do you think? Because entering right now here it's basically to me a coin toss right
Yeah,
at this level
it's
here, even though we
definitely
have a
yeah.
yeah.
It's a coin
So
toss. And like I agree with you. Yeah, it's more what I would do is I'd enter one contract here with a tight stop right at the even above the nearby pivot lows so that I
yeah.
can get a better average entry if it does break out and based on the logic that it's making higher lows overall. Um, but
So you
it would be
yeah.
wiser to wait for it to break than put a limit entry.
I think I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I'll let the market decide which way it wants to go. If you want to lose this tier two to the upside, well, then I think the bullish direction is being favored. If we lose it to the downside, then it's gonna be the bearish direction. Okay, so that's that. Let me quickly go to gold. Let's see what is happening there. So we did get stopped out in gold. Ah, yeah, it's all right. So out of this gold contract, we'll see what's gonna happen now. Maybe I jumped the gun a little bit here. It actually tells me exactly here on our liquidity IQ panel here, long bounce, and we traded it short. Classic. I think I really jumped the gun there to trade this short. Of course, we never really left the support level, and we did have a liquidity capture as here as well. So maybe not the smartest decision on my end, but it's okay. We had a tight stop loss. We're out of this trade. It's okay. So the worst that you can do in this case is to try to stay in this trade and force it. But the good news is that copper seems to be working out for now at least in our favor. So prices are grinding lower a little bit. And of course here, uh, if we remind ourselves, I'm going to quickly hide the setup box of Liquidity IQ. Just a second. Where are we? There we go. So yeah, well, grinding lower. Ideally, I'd love to see this low point here to be lost to the downside. And then of course our stop or our target is right here, right at this. Why do we put? Oh, because we had liquidity IQ to the 2 hour. Let me bring it back to my 30-minute time frame here. There we go. The idea here was that we, yeah, take our profits right at this support level here by liquidity IQ. So we don't want to give away our profits at this time. All right. So that's that. Now let's have a look at our overview tab. So what's going on with NASDAQ? Yeah, honestly, NASDAQ is completely range bound in this tier two. Look at this one here. Actually, let me put this on the big chart right here. What we can see is nothing is happening. Maybe, a classic sign of, hey, we are nearing major economic news. And this is what the market will do. It's just going to be super slow paced and we're going to be very rangy for a while. But once again, it's evidence how markets actually react when it comes to these high volume nodes. You can see it here. It just slows down. It's like molasses. They get stuck in those levels. And then we just have to wait until we lose those levels, which may as well be when the interest rate decision comes out. So yeah, we'll be patient here. We're not going to jump the gun. Yeah, I'm going to wait and see. So let's go back to our overview tab. So we stuck here. We're also kind of stuck in the S&P E-mini futures.
The Russell's looks a
Russ,
little better than oh,
yeah,
the
the Russell,
Dow Jones looks okay there.
the Dow Jones came off the support level, bounced off, and now we're right at this tier two as well. And the Russell is grinding upwards. All right, like a slow grind towards higher price levels. And yeah, it might be of interest to see what happens if or can we lose this tier two level. But right now, every major indice is kind of stuck at a tier two level. It's the S&P here, the Nasdaq here, the Dow is right at the tier two, and the Russell as well.
And
Wow,
it's
that's an
nice how it's
interesting
like
one.
it's really illustrative of what's actually happening, which is like I guess big money in the market is placing bets as we go, and keeping price at a strict range to either enter
Yeah,
short or enter long, sell or buy, based on what's going to happen in the news today.
yeah. It's kind of the market is waiting and anxiously for 2 p.m. today, and that's of course is the big announcement coming up today. All right, so let's check out our metals. So gold is bouncing a little bit here. Silver is grinding up a little bit higher. Remember what we said in silver, potentially a short entry. Actually, let me go back to silver right here and explain this trade a little bit more. So silver, there we go. Because here our idea was, and we do have an alert right here. You can see this little arrow here. This is our idea of silver coming up to this level. And let me explain this a little bit more. So here the idea is that, okay, uh, we broke this support level. Here we actually had a proper zone break signal. Look at this one here. Liquidity IQ tells us zone break, something we did not have in gold. That's my bad. I jumped the gun there. I was overly excited. When you do these live trading workshops, one thing I always am a little bit fearful of is what if we don't take any trades? So I was happy to get this first trade out of the door, but of course, maybe it was not the best idea. So, yeah, zone break here, and then we had a nice follow through, and prices are grinding a bit higher up. And here the idea would be, okay, so if we're grinding up higher, silver, of course, has been quite bearish for a while. So it was, I think, 2 weeks ago, super, super bullish. We had some breakouts, but then it's been just correcting a lot to the downside. And I think this correction is not done yet, especially since we, once again, lost this key level here, coming back up again. I think this can really be an interesting short opportunity. So here, and Nicholas, what do you think? Maybe even scaling in a little bit into silver at this point? Maybe a bit
I'm
premature, huh?
watching it on my end, and I'm thinking, no, I'm not about to scale in any at this point, because I want it to. The indices are still undecided, and I have a feeling if they start to plummet, silver is
Yeah,
easily going to go back up to 38. It's a nice round number. It's drawing it to it right now. I would wait. I'd be conservative to
yeah,
scale in on it because we don't know what's happening in the, usually
that's a good
inverse
point. Yeah,
symbols.
I'm always too eager for these things. Yeah.
I would
Okay.
wait
Yeah,
because it
we're
is
gonna wait
it's
here.
down
Absolutely.
so
Good point.
much.
Let me.
You know,
Yeah.
not so much as
Yeah.
gold, but it was a nice move down.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a look at corn futures again because I think something of interest is developing right there. Uh, okay. So corn is coming up, and where is it coming up to? And I think I may have configured. Oh yeah, here I was on the short time frame. Look at this one here.
And on the
It's a
five
nice
minute.
setup. Yeah. Oh yeah, on the 5 minute. There we go. Oh yeah, we were on the 50 minute. That's probably why. So look where we came up to. Uh, right to the zone of control with this level here. I like this trade. I think I'm gonna take a short trade right here already, and then just a small position. Then if you come back even further up to this key resistance level, if we see liquidity capture, I'm gonna reshort it one more time at this level. But I do like this setup a lot. So
Yeah,
let me
that's a
do
really
this.
nice one.
Yeah. So limit entry, I think around this level here, just get a good limit entry stop loss. I'm gonna reduce my position size a little bit, and just a little bounce off this level. I'm gonna go in with like 2 contracts right here. Yeah, if you get stopped out, $200, not too bad. Limit entry, sell here for corn futures. One of my favorite contracts to trade as of late. It's been very good to me. So let's see if you can get a fill here for a potential short. And if you come back up here, I think I'm going to short it again. I'm going to scale in. Ideally, if you get a liquidity capture, then short it here again. So let's see what's going to happen here. All right, perfect. That's that.
Copper
And
made a new low. Well, a new low of the past hour. So that's going well. The next
yeah,
test is
copper is
that pivot.
grinding. I really do want, yeah, to lose this low
I
point here. And then I think we're going to hopefully near our target.
and
Absolutely.
like we were saying, like you're saying, there's still room for retracement. If you look at that, this is why it's good to always be aware of higher time frames. We pointed this out in the Discord, but copper had its biggest move in like a decade in terms of how fast it moved and how much
Yeah.
at the start of
Yeah.
July. So there's still if you look at it from a 2 hour perspective, there's a nice ways down to go, maybe to like 550 or
Let's have a
something.
look. Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, oh, you mean that move here? That
That's the
huge
biggest
what
ever move in copper, I think, at least in 10 years.
that must be tariff induced, I would imagine. Maybe something came out. I think maybe some extra tariffs on
Chris
copper.
Coppinger actually said in the chat, news, US copper stockpiles at 21-year high as 50% tariff deadline looms on Friday. And we have a
Yeah.
question, Daniel, maybe you can answer it. Is
Yeah.
Moshe says, if I have 2 charts on my layout, how can I
hmm
make it so that they're symbol linked?
Oh, that should be fairly easy. Symbol link, that's not something I do, but what you can do, let's see here, I have a multi-chart layout as well, 4 charts. And if you go to in Trading View, I believe that's a Trading View question, Moshi, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. So you can go to this little drop down here where it says where has your layout name. Go down here and just enable. Wait, where was that? Layout setup, was it here? No. Oh,
Yeah,
here, yeah,
yeah.
layout setup, that one here. I have to think myself what's going on here. Layout setup, and then you put a symbol link here. You enable this, yeah, this particular button here, symbol linking it. Okay, I hope that works. Okay.
Oh, David said he doesn't think, and I'm just gonna step away to grab a glass of water, Daniel, but David says he doesn't think you placed the order on corn or it didn't send.
Oh, I
Thank,
didn't.
thank you, David, if that's the
Oh,
case.
let's have a quick look on corn. Oh, maybe I messed it up. Let's have a quick look. Oh, maybe it asked me for some confirmation here. But actually, let me go to our corn one here. Actually, an easy way to see
Oh, it
this
said
is
caution in the bottom right. Did you see that? Maybe if you try to break.
caution.
It said, I thought I saw something flash saying caution, trading not possible or something like that.
No, no,
So
no. It's going to be possible. Let me go back to our levels here. Zoom in a little bit on copper. Oh, yeah, you're right. I did not place it. We should have been filled here. That's okay. We're going to get in right now. Limit order 2 contracts at this level here. Stop loss just above this level here, and our take profit around this level. And I'm going to click sell here, and this should work. There we go. Okay. Thanks, David, for pointing this out. Yeah, I would be ashamed to miss out on this massive winner in corn that we're going to have in just a bit. um, Still, I mean, I'm still waiting here for a liquidity capture to happen. That will be the trifactor. This, I think, would be a fantastic short opportunity if we come up a little bit higher, liquidity capture at this key resistance level, and then I'm gonna add at least maybe 3 more contracts to this short trade right here. But let's see if we can get the fill. Okay, perfect. All right. Let me detour real quick to silver. Are we coming up? No, we're still yeah, below that
MMQ
zone.
breaking
So,
out.
oh,
Or
MNQ to the
let's
upside.
not break it. It's not at the highs of the last 24 hours, but it's at the highest it's been since we started the session.
Okay, let's have a quick look. NMQ, and of course here, and I apologize if I switch settings a little bit here for corn because it's so slow moving. I really like to have my reference time frame to be the chart time frame. That's why I was switching this here. But for MNQ, I'm going to go bring it back to the 30-minute time frame, which is our preferred time frame to trade off for MNQ. Okay, so here, let's have a quick look. Yeah, it is breaking out, and we said here in MNQ, we let the market decide of what it wants to do. Yeah, actually, one thing I want to do as well, real quick. Sorry, I'm just gonna hide the volume counts at, oh, wrong one here for volume IQ. I'm going to hide the volume counts here on the right-hand side, and we get our fill in corn. Great. So off, just to keep this chart a bit cleaner.
Were you able to
Yeah.
trade the Swiss? Sorry, Daniel. I'll wait till you're finished.
Oh no, it's all good. What was the question?
Are we able to trade Swiss franc
Yes,
6S?
I believe so. Yeah, let's check it
Chris
out. I
mentioned
think
it. Yeah.
yeah, you did mention it. Ah, it just well, you know what doesn't feel right on this particular MNQ trade and why I'm hesitant is because I think we're going to be range bound all the way until we hit the news. So actually, what I would do, just because of that mindset, I would actually maybe short it here in the expectation we're going to go back to that range. That I don't think we're going to see a massive move. That is just not the right time today in the markets.
I don't
It is
know.
to. What do you think, Nicholas?
I would be wary about short. You're probably right, but there's not a lot of volume in the profile there, and like
Yeah,
I don't know. We don't know what might happen. It might quickly visit the high 500s.
yeah.
But I think you're probably right. I would just be cautious about that because there's no clear spot to put a stop loss that really gives it any
It would
room.
be here, but that's almost too much. I mean, I would,
I mean, for a short to put a
I
stop
would,
loss, it's kind of hard.
I would just put it here above this
Uh,
pivot high.
no,
I
okay,
mean,
I don't want to stop you then.
you know, I mean, that's just sometimes you just have to play. I know we rely on our indicators. I think we're still in that zone here, our zone of control, and we're going to be rangy for a while. Actually, you know what, Nicholas, just to try it out.
Just to
Let me just
spite me. No.
yeah, yeah, just despite Nicholas. No, but the idea is, hey, this is a very range-bound pattern. We are at the upper range. We're gonna play the game that we're gonna go back to the middle of the range. I think it's sensible. So let's try it. So this with one contract here. Stop loss just above this level here at 42, and our profit right in the middle of this range.
I'm
So
currently long it from the lower end of that range, so that's why I don't want you to be right.
all right, so we get in there. Let's see if we can get a fill in Nasdaq just to play a range bound play here. Uh, yeah, it's good to read the market conditions at times, right? So this is yeah, what it is right now. It's very rangy. If we get our fill, I think, well, we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. Let's have a quick look at corn. So corn, well, nothing really happens. We did get our fill here. Also did get an alert that yeah, we're crossing above our entry level, the alert that we had set here, and we're right at this tier 2. So let's see how this one here will pan out. And the idea is just to come down a little bit. Yeah, of this tier 2 zone. I really like corn for the fact that it respects levels very nicely. But one thing, it's so slow moving, guys. It's probably the slowest moving contract I've ever seen. And one particularity about corn, because I've been studying it extensively over the last couple of weeks, is it will close at 2:50 or 2:20 Eastern time today. So it says 1:20, that's Chicago time. But Eastern time, it's 2:20. It will close for a long time, for like 5-6 hours, and will reopen at 8 o'clock Eastern time afterwards. Oh, we just gonna hit our target here in copper. Excellent. So that's good.
Oh, no way.
Uh,
Great.
yeah. And then the other thing about, just to finish my thought on corn, then look at this one here. And I'm just sharing my experience right here. What also happens in corn here is that at 8:40, it will also close. Look at this bar here, 8:40, and the next bar is like 9:30. For some weird reason, I have no idea. I didn't see this in the contract specification of corn, but it just closes. The market will not move until 9:30. Very strange, very bizarre contract. It's very slow moving, but it respects our indicators very nicely. So it's actually been I do this prop trading challenge, which I attempted the trading pit. Corn is been by far my most successful symbol in there so far. So it's very nice, and yeah, it's been good to me. Okay, so that's going on here with corn futures. We're gonna let this one pan out. Let's have a look at copper. What's happening there? So we hit our target. Oh yeah, look at this. Hit our target, and I'm wondering, oh my goodness,
Nice
what we
target.
did? Yeah, I was just about to say, why did we place the target there and not someplace else? Remember where we placed it? Right above this support level for the exact reason of what you're seeing right now. We didn't want to give away off this bounce, and look what happened to prices. Yeah, it shows you how powerful these indicators can be. Beautiful. Happy with that trade.
One
Nice. Okay,
one symbol.
so
Could we take a look at ZB, Daniel? Bond futures?
ZB,
Yeah.
that's wheat? Is that wheat
No,
future?
it's Treasury bond futures.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I got excited about wheat futures. Also something you know, um, with futures trading, especially with the micro contracts, there's so many different things you can try out. And to me, sometimes, our indicators are just better dialed in for certain futures, and especially corn in this case. So let's see. Yeah, anyways, okay, ZB bond futures. You're testing this. What is this? A zone break retrace setup. Look at this.
Yeah,
We
but
broke
look at
above
the tier two
resistance.
above. Look at the tier two above. I'm looking
This
at it
one.
from a 30-minute chart. So to me, it looks
Okay.
more like, oh, if it comes up a bit, um, oh, well, right here, it looks a little different. But look at how badly it failed that flag up there. It came down. Maybe it is a zone break retrace. Actually, here it looks a little different. Yeah, tier two below us, but it's a clear like hard ceiling above.
Yeah.
I didn't see that volume IQ node, so my position just changed. But I was thinking, oh, if it loses that level that it's trying to bounce off, maybe that can be actually a good short trade,
Yeah.
expecting it to go lower. But I don't
I
stand
mean,
by
this
that
is like,
anymore.
I mean, that's a bonds trade, and we're heading into interest rates. Honestly, by this one, if you must absolutely exit this trade by 2 p.m. because this is probably a symbol which will be heavily shaken after whatever happens with this news event. But yeah, I mean, I like it for long. Nicholas, you said short?
I think I was looking at the 15 minute or something, and it looked a little different. But here, yeah, now it does look like it's bouncing, and
Yeah,
definitely don't touch it until the 2 p.m.
yeah. But look at our corn futures. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is a great symbol to trade. Yeah, it respects levels very nicely. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Of course, we are um we'll see not out of the woods yet. I think it's overall bearish. You can see it here on the 30 minutes. A little pullback here. It may plummet once again to the downside, so we'll see what's gonna happen.
We should be getting filled on MNQ in a second, most likely.
And Chris said, oh, MNQ, we
Or
already in. Yeah,
oh,
we're in
okay,
already.
okay,
Yeah.
good.
Actually, we've been in there for a while. We actually were up like $20 already. I was about to say, Niklas, look what I did. No, we filled a couple of maybe 10 minutes ago. Of course, the idea here is we're going to be range bound. So let's
Yeah,
see what's going to happen here. And Chris is saying he took that corn trade too. Well, congratulations, Chris. Um, Maybe you're going to be a fan of corn as well, just like I am. Yeah, I want to show you something. This is let me drag this in here. I shared this with Niklas earlier this morning. This is my trading pit challenge. And look, basically all I've been trading in the last couple of days is corn. This is the corn contract. Look at how successful we've been there with corn futures. It's uncanny. So love this contract. It's been good to me. It may change, of course. Sometimes market conditions are just primed for one particular contract to be traded. But yeah, that's something which has been working out very nicely. But you really absolutely need to be patient with corn because it's just so slow moving, and you really want to get in at the extremes. So this can sometimes take multiple hours to get to these extremes because it's so slow moving. You just place your orders there and then just simply wait. Don't get in the middle. That's something which will not go out well. Go in at the extremes, at key levels, at liquidity capture events, which happen maybe once a day or twice a day. That's when you want to get in. Okay, with corn. All right. Yeah, but so far so good here. Of course, here the idea is that we're gonna see this downwards move to continue. And just keep in mind that this contract, Chris, will close at 2:20 this morning. This morning at 2:20 this afternoon. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So let's do a quick recap. What have we seen so far? So we got started in gold, which is still holding this key support level here. And that was my bad. I jumped the gun a little bit too early here. I shouldn't have. So let's yeah. Anyways, here we could have been more patient. We'll see. We may still lose this level, and then I may short it again, gold. But for now, let's stay on the sidelines to see how gold reacts to this one. We had silver here on the 30-minute time frame. The idea here was for silver is that we're going to see a retracement back to the broken level if this comes up. Just a second. Yeah, but this level up here, so we're nowhere close there. All right, let's put this up here. Yeah. So yeah, we want to enter maybe up here. So we're gonna wait patiently here. We have currently a short trade in MNQ, which is just hanging out there. And the idea is just to play the range bound play here that prices will be stuck in this range bound pattern for until 2 p.m. today. And it's going to come down to this level once again. And then we have corn. So let me have a look at corn futures. Yeah, nicely up, $144 right now. Okay, so we're nearing our target, and yeah, I like it. The classic corn trade continues. My corn streak. Uh, we'll see how this is gonna pan out. Okay, great. What else could we look at, Niklas? Let's
Natural
look.
gas, maybe.
Uh,
But
yeah,
natural gas kind of in no man's land, right? Like it's like a perfect short trade that we missed. And now
yeah.
well, it does look like it's flagging and it might go lower. But we got the big $3 mark right below us, so that's not
Yeah.
exactly bearish.
I have a love-hate
On support.
relationship with that symbol. Actually, let me quickly turn off some of the labels here in Liquidity IQ, so it's not so messy. There we go. All right. Yeah, we did. Well, I wouldn't say it's no man's land in natural gas once this recalculates. I just wait a second. It's a classic zone break. So we lost this level here. Hopefully we're gonna come back up to this level. Then this could be a short. But now chasing the zone break here while we're already this far down, I think I wouldn't do it. I would wait for
Yeah.
this one to come back up, if anything. But yeah, natural gas is called the widowmaker for a reason. It's just, it tries to fake you out so many times. I had a pretty bad trade a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure we had it in the live trade. I don't think I was doing a live trading, but yeah, I try to stay away from natural gas. It has been just a bit too unpredictable to me as of late. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin said it was range bound to some degree.
That's actually also
That's
just on that point of predictability. I find that too when I'm trading, where I get in a good streak, or I do better more consistently when I'm trading something that I intuitively feel is more predictable. Like even though MNQ could have offered bigger moves in the past day, I was trading the Russell because it just looked more and felt more predictable,
yeah,
and that's what you want to look for.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so here in Bitcoin, yeah, it's range bound, similar to what we see in the indices. And for some reason, then people think about cryptocurrency as a way to hedge a little bit against what's going on in the indices, or to have something that's uncorrelated. But to some degree, it is correlated, as in the sense that it's completely range bound. It often goes up when the indices go up and so forth. So, yeah, just something to keep in mind. Okay, so corn, unfortunately, I see it here a little bit, is moving. Well, still good. Well, still good. I'm still hopeful for this trade. Unfortunately, yeah, we're still approaching once again this tier two. I'm still hopeful we're gonna continue perhaps moving downwards towards this level. And
And
if we
liquidity
go up,
IQ, sorry to cut you off, Daniel, but if you put it on the put it on the chart time frame so we could see the level you were thinking about above
oh
us,
yeah, yeah,
liquidity IQ.
that's a good point.
It,
Oops,
yeah.
wrong. Yes, 1 second. There we go. So I'm gonna change my reference time from here in Liquidity IQ to the chart time frame, and let's see what's happening. Yeah, was still good. I mean, the my ideal entry point here for the symbol would be right at this level here with a liquidity capture. I jumped the gun a little bit here because we were at this tier two. But here, that's going to be our ideal entry position into this corn trade, in the expectation, okay, if we see a liquidity capture, we're going to see something like this move here. That's what I want to see. And I believe I took that trade at some point on my prop account. Moves like this into a key level with a liquidity capture, a great time to short. So that's what I'm looking for. All right. So yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on this. Let's see how this one will pan out. Okay. Now let's have a quick look at our balance here. Nasdaq is down a little bit. Corn is just hanging in there, and yeah, I still think this is going to be range bound here for a little bit. So we're going to keep an eye on this on Nasdaq, a short trade against what Nicholas was suggesting. He said, "Oh, this looks too bullish for me." I'm saying we're going to be range bound all the way until we hear about, oops, until we hear about the Fed decision. So we're going to come back towards this zone of control here in Nasdaq. So we'll see how this one will turn out. All right. Perfect. Yeah, nothing happening here so far. Okay, so are there any questions, guys? And yeah, we want to look at the Swiss franc. I think we got detoured because of all the action on corn. So let's have a look at 6S, the Swiss futures. I definitely can trade this. Let's see what's going on there. All right. And I'm gonna put liquidity IQ to the 30-minute time frame, back to where it belongs for our day trading, just to get an initial idea. And
Oh, you know what's interesting on the Swiss franc is right now it looks a little kind of like there's no trade to take. But looking at it, I'm looking at it on a really long time frame, which is the 2 hour with liquidity IQ on the 4 hour. And right below us at around 123.30, there's like a huge volume node and a support level. So I'd actually wait and see if it comes down further to
on the
120
2 hour,
with
okay.
this on the 4 hour, the liquidity IQ
Oh,
on
on
the
the
four. And
liquidity IQ on the 4 hour. Okay.
yeah, and you could probably even put it on daily and it would be the same thing.
I mean,
Second. Oh, actually, I think you would have to go to the 4 hour chart to see the volume node I'm talking about, but you can kind of see it there. It's just a little bit further in the past. But see all that high volume? Yeah, once we get 4 hour, it looks like if it's going to slow its dropping anywhere, it might be at that tier 2 there because there's 2 supports
Ah,
and there's a
yeah,
tier
yeah, yeah.
2. So I would actually go counter trend once it gets there and like try
You would
very
go
small
long, huh?
position.
Yeah.
Yeah, because expecting that we'll get a short break retrace and I'll profit off of it to the upside.
Okay, so you're saying, okay, we lost this level here. It's a zone break, but we're gonna bounce off this level here towards back here and then maybe short it again. So your contrarian view, this high volume node will act as support. Prices will come back up and then potentially go down
With a
from there
super
again.
tight stop because look at the drop off in
Yeah,
volume beneath there. It's going to plummet if it
yeah,
doesn't hold.
yeah.
Bitcoin's moving up a bit too.
Ah, and Chris is saying buying the dip in Swiss. Oh, okay. Well, good luck. I'm gonna stay on the sidelines for this one. Um, It's just too bearish for me. But you're right. It might be worthwhile taking a shot. But from a day trading point of view, this is still far away. So this is a
Yeah.
this is a daily time or 4 hour time frame here. I'm gonna skip this one for today's session. I'm just going back to our typical session. Yeah, Nicholas, can you please maybe just keep talking? There's a garbage truck right in front of my window here, which is making a lot of noise.
Sure.
So
Yeah. Yeah. No, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna hide
we don't
my
hear it though. So that's
oh,
fine.
you don't?
Not at
I'm
all.
hearing
No.
it. So close my window for a second. Just I'll be right back.
Okay. So yeah, what are we looking at? Corn, our position, I think is still around 58 US in profit. It's pretty flat. I'm just trying to look at it on my end here on the 5 minute. So it's still struggling with that tier 2 as expected, the zone of control, and above we still have that resistance, which is where we want to scale in again. MNQ, also I think just about flat, but it is kind of grinding up a little bit. But it's probably gonna, there's a lot of liquidity captures at the resistance, so it's having a lot of trouble breaking out. And liquidity IQ here, Daniel, I think you had it on a smaller time frame before, which is why we don't see it. Daniel, you're muted. Sorry, I
Oh yeah,
didn't know you're
sorry.
turning your back.
On here on Nasdaq, you mean?
Yeah, just I
Uh,
think you had liquidity IQ on the chart, which in
it's
these
a 30
conditions is
minute.
kind of important, short-term
Yeah.
range, like having it on the chart. There's a lot of liquidity captures happening.
Oh, okay. At this level right now, where we are right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
great. That's gonna bode well for my short trade here.
how far? Oh, the stop's only 7.6 points away.
Oh yeah, you are right. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. Just be above this level. um,
um,
no, it's all good. We'll see. I mean, if we lose this level, of course, I'm gonna get out of this trade. Then Nicholas was absolutely right. We shouldn't have shorted it. But we'll see. Lots of liquidity captures, which may be a sign. Okay, we're gonna, yeah, potentially bounce off this resistance level here to the downside.
one
All
of I
right,
think the other
and
indices, sorry, on
oh,
corn also, it's going back up, but it still hasn't passed the tier. Oh my God, the Russell. Okay, but yeah,
well,
maybe scaling it again. You were thinking up at the resistance if there's a liquidity capture.
uh, you mean here in corn?
Corn.
Yes, that was my trade just to from the get go. If we get to this level here, I'm gonna short it. That would be my ideal entry point. So actually would be yeah, I'm not unhappy if we are coming up to this level. This to me is the perfect short entry price for corn. In fact, what I'm gonna do, so we don't miss out on it, I'm gonna just place a limit order all the way here in this level. I think we're gonna see a liquidity capture no matter what. If this happens, my stop just above here, that's fine. Target still down here. I think it's gonna move. I'm gonna go in with 3 contracts. That to me is a great way if I have enough buying power of my small account here. Let's see. Yes. Yes. There we go. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. But that's yeah, that's the time where I wanted to get in. This was it's reinforced by the zone of control here of volume IQ, because I think this also will act a bit of as resistance at the same time. But if you come up here with a liquidity capture, I want to rinse and repeat something like this. That's my ideal. So it looks kind of similar. Look at this one here. We went up, first of all, big downwards move, came up here. This probably was a zone of control. Went down initially, then back up to this key level, kind of what we're seeing right now in corn, and then this huge drop. That, I mean, whatever. Maybe I'm overreading this chart. It's like the danger of a trader. You can find patterns everywhere to justify your trades. But to me, you know, it, given the predictable nature of corn, this could be an interesting trade.
I'm
We'll see.
actually hedging. I was saying you took a short on MNQ, and I had said, oh, I was long from earlier, but now I'm actually hedging that long with a short on the Russell. So if you look at, just in case you're right, if you look at the Russell on the 15 minutes,
Russell on the 50-minute.
it
Okay.
it's grind. I'm sad I sold my earlier long, but it's grinding up way more than all the other indices. But now it's right at on the 15 and 30 minute. This is a tier two zone that we're at right now at 2270. So if it bounces off of this zone, I think the other indices are going to follow suit to the bottom of the range. But if it breaks out, I think that's going to have like a bit of a pulling up effect on the other indices.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely at the tier two. And you said you are short the Russell.
I'm
Is
like
that what you're
shorting
saying?
this for half of the
No.
size that I'm long MNQ, just in case
Okay.
it starts to go down and it drags NQ down with
Yeah. It's definitely gonna go down because you're
it.
in this trade. I'm kidding. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Let's see what happens here. Quick look at corn. Just corn is just doing nothing, staying in there. But yeah, as mentioned before, um, this is a key entry. Oh, is this corn on the 15-minute? Yeah, we actually do see the liquidity captures here. Wait, what happened here? Is this not the same? Why didn't I see this before? 1 second. I just keep dragging this accidentally. Let's
Sorry,
have
I
a
was muted. It's
quick
because we were
look.
on
So
the
I
five
do
minute
see.
before, and there was no liquidity capture there because the zone is smaller.
Oh, okay, but yeah, you see the liquidity captures. Yes, in corn. Okay. Okay. So hopefully we're gonna get the second fill here. Again, I love corn for this one. So yeah, liquidity captures at resistance, and the idea is we're gonna bounce off this level towards lower price level. So maybe we're gonna get our second fill here. Remember, this is one little piece lower here for our sell entry here, and stop loss just here. May not work out, but oftentimes these trades do work out in corn. It's a very predictable symbol. We'll see what's happened. What will happen there. Okay, perfect. All right, that's good.
Oh, Chris asks, do you guys trade Ethereum?
Oh yeah, we don't. Or I don't personally. The reason is not because I don't like the symbol. It's just well, I should rephrase this. I don't trade the micro config on Ethereum. It's just way too small, and you are eating so much commission because to do anything sizable on micro Ethereum, you have to trade like on 20 or 30 contracts, and
Yeah.
the commissions that you have to pay for those position size are really high compared to what you can gain if this moves.
They're
So
like the same almost as Bitcoin usually, and you have to buy
yeah,
so
but it's
many.
even more extreme on Ethereum. It's crazy how small these contract sizes are. So for that reason, I don't not with the futures at least. It's just too small for that. The
We have
contract size is
a
too small.
question here from Andrew. He says,
Yeah.
when Daniel, when you place an order at a liquidity capture for expecting a reversal, where do you place it in the zone? In the middle of the zone?
Yeah, at times at the middle here. Well, depends how eager you are to get into this trade.
How much you plan to
Um,
scale?
but yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you really want the perfect entry, you would just put it here at these highs. They're right in the middle, thinking, hey, this would be my ideal perfect entry price. That gives my trade the best chances. But of course, then you may miss out on that trade altogether. Um, it's a decision you have to do with yourself. If you're patient, and maybe even if you have like a bot, or if you're not in a live trading workshop where you actually want to take some trades like here, you would probably put it there. And if you're okay with missing out on this trade, that's perfectly fine. So that would be the perfect entry right here, right in the
And
middle,
we have a
where all
question
these swing highs were.
from here. Here he says, I have a subscription to TradingView, but I can't find the liquidity IQ indicator. That's because that's a proprietary indicator from us. We sell it as a third-party indicator. So you'd have to
Yeah.
purchase it to access it. It's not built in to TradingView.
Yeah. Send us an email. Actually, real quick, what time is it? It's 10:49. I want to quickly show, for those of you who are perhaps here for the very first time, how you can get in touch with us. It's very simple. Go to our homepage, tradingindicators.com. In there, you'll find in the menu of support, menu item underneath there, contact. Put your question to the contact form, and it will go straight to my inbox. And I will promise you, I answer you with definitely today, mostly within the hour. And also on that homepage, you can find all our flagship indicators. You can see volume IQ, the volume profile indicator, which we use extensively, liquidity IQ with those key levels, and also our MA rush indicator, our sentiment indicator, which shows you the overall sentiment direction. All right, perfect. So
Bitcoin is going
quickly
to be
looking.
interesting today. Maybe at the 2 hour news, when the 2 hour news comes out, sorry, the 2 p.m. news, I think Bitcoin's going to be real interesting because if it pulls back and it pulls back to the tier two that it's now well above, that might be a
Yeah.
nice dip buy on
Okay,
Bitcoin.
let's have. Oh, yeah, and real quick, because I was just checking the Nasdaq here. It's just hanging in for dear life. Right in this short here, our stop, of course, is right above here. And Mikas, you might be right. You might get stopped out
I
here.
don't know because
Fine.
my hedge on the Russell is starting to play out. The Russell's coming down while Bitcoin's going up. So I don't know. One of them's going to drag the other. I'm not sure
Yeah.
that I think it still might range.
And Moshi is saying you can't replicate the liquidity capture. That's because here we are on the 50-minute time frame, Moshi. And the reason why we have a liquidity capture here is I keep accidentally dragging this take profit target here, is because we are already in the vicinity of this. So first off, the way we configured in this case, liquidity IQ is with the chart time frame. You can see it here. So it's taking the 50-minute time frame as its reference time frame for finding these resistance and support levels. And also on the 50-minute time frame, the way the indicator measures proximity to a level is based on ATR, based off the chart time frame. So of course, the ATR on the 50-minute time frame is going to be a bit bigger than on the 5-minute time frame. That's why you have it right now here on the 50-minute time frame already. But the way I typically do it is just based off the chart time of the 5-minute time frame, and then patiently wait until we're getting a bit closer. So here you don't have the liquidity captures yet. I want prices to come a bit closer to here. And this is why we have our sell limit order. Yeah, still lingering in here at this price level. I hope that explains it.
What's
Perfect.
interesting, we're seeing you were talking about the hedging idea between Bitcoin and indices. I find Bitcoin follows NASDAQ the most. And sometimes it seems like NASDAQ's
Oh,
following Bitcoin, which obviously isn't the case. But this spike
yeah.
here was followed by MNQ to an extent, but the Russell
Oh
wasn't.
no, and we got stopped out on MNQ. All right, fine, Nicholas. You're right. I was wrong.
I exited my long anyway, so it's not the end of the world.
Fine. Okay, whatever. Okay. No harm, no foul. We'll still yeah, at least break even, hopefully a bit better than our quant trade will save the day for us. Trust me on that one. It'll come. No, don't trust me. Don't construe my trades as trade advice. um, but I like it. I personally have traded corn so many times successfully, so I believe in this trade to pan out, to come down here again. Hopefully, actually hoping for it to get filled up here for a bigger position size. But we'll see what's going to happen. Okay, so that's that. So out in Nasdaq, and you're saying Bitcoin. Let me head back to Bitcoin here.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
interesting now, but a pullback might be interesting for a long.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, Bitcoin. I mean, it's still very rangy. Even he had 119,000. I mentioned this at the beginning with this flag pattern that we had in Bitcoin. Let me go back to the daily time frame here. It's really in the rangy pattern. You can see it here. We went up. Oops, took this down a little bit. Up, big move up, and now we're consolidating here in this bull flag pattern. We need to break above this level to see an acceleration to the upside. And these flags, they can continue for quite some time. So I would not be surprised if we just stay in that range, going back and forth in Bitcoin for quite some time. Yeah. All right. Good. That's that. Let me go back to our overview tab here. And let's look at gold. What's happened to gold? Our first trade of the day, which and I think it bounced
Probably
up
coming
nicely. Yeah.
down.
Oh yeah, that's still there, still in the vicinity here, uh, off this level. And
Well,
once
I
again,
like the
showing
silver.
you, let me just quickly go to the 30-minute time from the reference here, showing you once again how powerful these levels can be. These knowing about where support and resistance is, just recalculating, give it a second. So here right at this key support level, you can see how prices magically well, stopped at this level right here, and this after this big bearish move. And there's no coincidence because there was a key support level. So I of course was hoping once we are powering through a little bit, we're gonna see another break below. Didn't happen, but maybe it's gonna happen now. So kind of looks quite bearish in gold. There's like a move, a bit of a bear flag here, and then if we lose it to the downside here, I think we may see another leg further down. Yep. All right.
Agreed. Yep. And silver too came up and it's holding up a little better than gold, but
Silver.
it
Yeah.
didn't come up
Okay.
all the way to the broken level we saw on that specific time frame. But on a
Let's
higher
see. Yeah.
time
Yeah.
frame, it's struggling with a 37.69 support. It's above it
Yeah.
now, but it still has the chance if gold goes lower to follow it.
Yeah. And copper. Yeah. Copper has a look at this one here. I mean, copper was just such a beautiful trade that we took. Let me just go back here. I don't want to bask in our success, but micro copper right here on the 5 minute time frame. Yeah, look at this entry here, and we just exit right at this support level. Just magically, it happened. So beautiful trade here in copper. We also had a liquidity capture at support, oftentimes indicative of a potential bounce to happen. We saw this bounce right here. Now prices are hanging out here, and we have to see if we lose this level, maybe yeah, we're going to see another lag here, but we'll have to see how copper reacts to this key support level. All right, let's look at oil. What's going on with oil? We haven't looked at oil in a while. I mean, oil personally, I'm waiting from a swing trading point of view. Little detour. I mentioned it before, but look at what's going to happen. What is likely to happen here if you go to an ETF like the United States Oil Fund right here. Look where we are on the daily time frame. So let me just put this here on the proper level. Here. It's beautiful. Give it a second to load. There we go. Okay, so this 83 level here, and we discuss it every single time in our live scanning sessions on the weekend, is oil from a long-term point of view is completely range bound between 83 up here and around 60 down here. And every time in the last 2 years when we approached one of these key levels, you could do the contrarian trader and betting on the fact we're going to bounce off these levels. And we actually called this one out here when we went to this resistance level. This was our trade of the day in our newsletter, a short trade, and look at this huge move. And now once again, we're nearing this level. We're not there yet. We're at 80. 83 is the magic number. If we get back in here, if we see liquidity captures on that level, I think we're going to potentially see another big bounce off this level. So definitely something to watch out for. But of course, today we are on day trading. So let me switch back to our day trading setup. All right, perfect. Okay, so what's going on in corn? Yeah, still hanging in there. It's just slow. It's just such a slow symbol. I have to be very patient with corn. One reason I like it so much. So these bigger moves here, these are not uncommon at the beginning of the day, and then after for the rest of the day, price is going to chill out. I still think once we hit our key support level, around here where our entry is, our key resistance level, we may see a nice bounce to the downside. We'll see if this will pan out. Okay. What
NASDAQ,
else?
following your prophecy, coming down
What?
almost the way to 23,500. This is why,
Oh
just
no.
for commentary, why I didn't want to take the trade is not because I didn't fully think that you were right. I mean, it hasn't fully
No.
panned out yet, but because I would have had trouble finding where to put my stop because there
Yeah.
was
And
nothing above
you're
us.
right. I just arbitrarily put it somewhere, right? Good point.
Oh,
Whatever.
maybe we should have
It's
used in hindsight a 23,550 because it's like a round
oh, you mean
half
this
century
exact high
number.
here?
No, like 23,550 just because it's a round number, and if it goes above that, it's probably
Um,
going to 600. But
yes.
hard to place
Whatever.
it.
It's fine. Yeah. I mean, this was more like a trade that I didn't take because of any key level. I just thought, we are heading into the Fed's decision at 2 p.m. Price is just going to be rangy because of this, like market psychology wise, not because I saw any big technical levels here.
The Russell though, if you were still expecting, I mean, it still hasn't panned out. Like it's still grinding up. Every index is grinding up. But the
Yeah.
Russell, from a technical perspective, if we're looking to bank on expecting the indices to range back down, Russell's the one that has the technical setup on the 15 minute at least, because it's at that tier two
Oh,
um, on the
you mean
15
to
minute.
come down to this? Oh, let me just go to the
Yeah, yeah,
15
actually,
here.
that would be a good target. And like, could just because it's very clear reward to risk here, if it
Oh, we're
doesn't
right
break it.
here.
But it does kind of look like it's trying.
I think,
But
but what's your idea? So, because we're at this tier two here, which can act a bit of as resistance right here, and you're thinking maybe for a short trade,
I
this
took it
bearish move
for a
will
short
continue?
trade to hedge the NQ long, and I put a stop just above the tier two at like 2274. But
Yeah,
yeah, just because it's bearish momentum technically, and it's a tier two, and it's just because it's good reward to risk, and it's a contract you can scale in easy.
yeah,
Because it's cheap, but I'm not 100. I wouldn't recommend this one because it does look like it's
uh,
trying to break through.
yeah. Yeah, it looks a bit bullish to me. I would wait for some confirmation. Maybe, hey, we're actually going to stop at this level and then potentially go to the short side.
Yeah,
All right.
corn's
Okay,
playing out a little better.
let's do a quick overview of what's going on here. What do we have here? So we have the indices being range bound with a bit biased to the upside. All right. Let's go to gold. Oh, you mean gold is breaking down? Is that what you said?
No, I said
Potential.
corn is playing out
Oh,
a
corn.
little
Yes,
better, a little better, a few ticks
of
down.
of course, corn is trading. Is playing out. It's my. Have you had any doubt of corn? I
No, I'm
didn't.
actually in the same trade. I took it on secretly
You
on my
took
own
that
end.
trade too?
Yeah.
Perfect. We're all in it together. Let's see. Yeah, corn is the best. Um, yeah, been very, very good to me as of late. So I'm hoping to go down here to this level. I, yeah, we'll see. I still think potential is going to come up. It's just going to get, you're going to see this. It's going to get really, really slow in just a bit because it really only moves when the market opens, and then it's just going to just be a very slow grind for the next couple of hours until it closes, and then overnight it's like a super glacial slow afterwards. And the way I did it actually, what I did overnight, but you may call me obsessed with corn, is so this was the overnight session here. You see how rangy it is. And this is completely normal with corn. It's super rangy. So I just placed limit orders overnight. I was asleep as this panned out, down at these extremes for buy, and sell limit orders at the upper extreme end here. And just playing the fact, okay, if we get a fill, I'm taking my profit right in the middle. And this worked out beautifully a couple of times overnight. So that's yeah, something
That makes
which
sense.
worked nice.
Well, when you said it makes big moves overnight. If you look,
Oh,
yeah,
it
you're on the.
doesn't. It doesn't move. No, I mean it makes big moves in the market open. These are tiny moves here overnight.
Oh,
It's
okay, but
just,
I noticed a pattern. I have liquidity IQ on the 2 hour,
yeah,
and if you zoom out on the 15-minute chart, there seems to be a correlation between the liquidity captures happening right as it goes into that 220 close. And then when it opens up, then a move happens off the liquidity capture. I mean, not
yeah,
lightning speed, but it seems like it's drawn to an important level
yeah,
that once it reopens, it's going to make a decision.
yeah. No, you're right there. It's to me it has been quite a predictable symbol. If you're patient enough to play the extremes, that's what you want to do. You want to wait until we actually hit these extremes, but it requires a great deal of patience because again, it's a super slow moving contract. Yeah. All right. Quick recap. What else do we have? What haven't we looked at lately? What about Euro?
Oh, we have a mention in the
Yeah.
chat from Chris. Soybeans. We mentioned it earlier, and it's interesting, apparently. Thank you,
Yeah,
Chris.
I soybeans. Okay. Do you mean ZS? I guess that's the soybean futures, I guess. Oh yeah, it's very bearish, huh? It's on the 50-minute time frame here. Let's see where we're heading.
That's also interesting is look at that zone break, and
Yeah.
it's $1,000 below. There's a support level at the 1,000, but that's a big marker.
Oh
It's
yeah.
probably going to accelerate if it loses 4 digits, if it doesn't bounce from there.
Oh yeah, look at this, a huge psychological number here. At 1,000. Let me just quickly see how does this look like on on like the hourly time frame. When did we first? Yeah, look at this at the 1,000 marker. Wow, that's an interesting one. Will we see another huge bounce like this? Oh wow, that's a really cool level to watch for a long trade and a potential bounce to the upside. Absolutely. Good. Yeah, very interesting. Um, Joseph is asking, are these recorded? Yes, of course. You're going to find them. Actually, very good question. We have a bit of time. So let me go to show you how you can get to the recording. All you need to do is to go to our homepage, well, tradingindicators.com. By the way, I can type this properly, we are in the process of redesigning our homepage. Hopefully, not too long out for that. And up here in our homepage, it's a bit old school, but it's going to be so beautiful once the new design is out there. You see the YouTube icon, click on it. And once you are there, then if this opens up, and I don't know why my internet is so slow. It must be my computer for all this trading going on. Yeah, you can get to our YouTube channel here. And if you scroll down, you will see that we post these day trading sessions right here under the live trading yeah, channel here or playlist here. It's going to be posted right here. Put probably around 2 p.m. today. All right. Okay, so
Corn's still going our way. The Russell bounced off
of
that tier
course it
two, and
is.
yeah, of course. And MNQ is going down as well.
Oh,
So that's good. The copper, the Russell one looked a little risky, but it definitely had good reward to risk. It is coming down a little bit
yeah.
from its level.
Okay, let's have a look here. Corn, yeah, corn is going our way, and maybe just for the sake of this trading session, it's nice to book a win. I'm gonna put my place my limit exit right here. Oh, maybe gonna get right away. We'll see. Just to book a winner. I think it looks to me a bit flaggy here that we may come out again up here. Then I would reshort it. But let's just take a small win here if we can take our profit right here. And then I would reshort it when it comes up here for sure. For sure. Just to book a small win. It's always good to ring the register if we do get down there. All right. Great. So you're saying Nasdaq? It's coming down.
Coming down with strangely, silver and gold are also coming down at the
Oh,
same
gold
time,
is coming down at the same. Oh, here once
which is kind
again.
of odd. So I'm thinking maybe it's going to bounce if the indices drop.
Yeah, and now we lost it here. I mean, should we short gold again? Should we be so
I wouldn't do it. Not
brave?
right now. The indices are going down, and I think the metals are going to recover a bit if they do.
Yeah, yeah, potentially. Okay, let's. I mean, let me
And
just
the
zoom
even
out a
though
little bit
MNQ
for
came
gold.
down on higher, it's still above tier twos. So it's got a lot of support, the indices, to still continue grinding upwards. And if they do, I don't think these
Yeah,
if they grind upwards, then these are going to go down, but it still remains to be seen. Gold's going to go down, I think.
even though this is the first bar in this pattern here where we actually do have a zone break label, you can see this one here. We actually, again, this candlestick stuff, but this candle here on the fifth 30-minute is the first one not touching this middle line here at all so far.
What about
But
silver?
again, this is
'Cause
semantics. Yeah.
I
Silver,
yeah,
yeah.
because I think
Okay.
I would potentially short silver in lieu of gold because it's bounced up more and it's not such a chase as it is on gold. Like we're not right at the pivot low. We still have a ways to
Yeah.
go and we could profit. There's more downside.
Yeah, but
And I
no
don't
matter what
think silver will bounce
happens,
up if gold
yeah,
goes down.
but of course, no matter what happens, you must absolutely exit all your trades by 2 p.m. But yeah, you're right. I think there are not going to be any huge major moves if besides corn happening until 2 p.m. But yeah, it's definitely not such a chase because here we already had the zone break. I agree with you. But we're gonna wait. It's a bit too low for me. I would wait until maybe we come up to this level here. I'm not sure if you're gonna see it in this session. If we do, maybe I short it at that point.
What do you think about the Fed interest rate decision effect on corn?
Oh, we just got our fill
Nice.
in corn. Yeah, nice one. Okay, cool. On corn, I have no idea. Yeah, that's I good news is corn will be completely the market will be closed, and I for sure will close my trade.
Well, 20
Well,
minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes
any
after.
yeah, 20 minutes after. Yeah, but of course, from a day trading point of view, I think you must absolutely close all your trades
Yeah.
before that happens. From a swing trading point of view, truth be told, I am in what do I have right now? What did I trade, Nicholas? I
Gold
have
contract.
yes, I okay, let me just quickly share with you what I did from a swing trading point of view. Little off topic, but I think it's still interesting, is gold. So here I looked at GLD because I was doing an options trade from a longer time point of view on the daily time frame. So I go to the daily here. I put liquidity IQ on the short time frame. There we go. All right. Okay. So here, I bought gold calls. Why that? A couple of reasons. First of all, gold is in a long-term uptrend. You can see it here. This is GLD. It's been trending. You don't need to have a rocket scientist for this. It's been pulling back since the all-time highs here a couple of times towards this first MA rush level. I'll go a bit closer. You can see it here. See this first MA rush level here, this line here, this little blue line. It came down there. This happened in the past a few times before. The prices came near that, and then we had an immediate bounce off this level. So this is happening again right now. So what I did, I think 2 days ago on Monday, I bought calls in for GLD. They were relatively cheap because volatility is also quite low in GLD. So relatively cheap calls are off the money, I think around 310. And I'm expecting another bounce off this level. But why calls is because you never know what's going to happen with the interest rate decision. And many people say gold is doomed or not doomed, is due for a larger correction. So I don't want to be stuck with that. So for me, that was my risk adverse trade in this case to uh, buy calls in gold. If I'm right, I'm gonna have a nice profit. If I'm wrong, worst case I can lose is just my premiums, which is no big deal. So that was my decision. That's I have this one, and the other trade I have, this one actually I sold puts on. Just because I love the stock so much, I didn't mind to be assigned if I do. It's Sprouts Farmers Market, and I'm gonna keep this one. They have earnings tonight, SFM. Just see what's happening. Yeah, they're still chilling out here at this level, at the key support level. It's a super bullish symbol. I really, really like it. And what you see here is it's super bullish, a very steady uptrend, came down to this key support level. I actually, entered a bit earlier because I thought maybe it's going to bounce off a bit earlier even from this level. But now at key support, there's earnings tonight. But even if I get assigned, if they, even if after earnings they come out bad or whatever, with a surprise and prices drop down, I don't mind actually owning this stock outright. So that's why I sold puts here. I collected the premium at the money puts, Delta 50 puts, and let's see what's going to happen. I think they're 1 month expiration. So if I end up getting assigned, this is a stock I don't mind having in my portfolio. It's super, super bullish. Look at this uptrend. It's just a beauty, and it respects very nicely off these key levels. All right, so that's what I have. In
So we have
terms
a
of my
question.
yes.
Sorry, Daniel, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just I digress. Yeah. What's the question? Sorry for
Oh,
that.
so we have a question from David, and I think I have a bit of an answer for it, but we'll follow through on the chart. He says, "Why aren't you using the Power Bundle AI indicators as additional trade confirmations?"
Yeah.
So I'll
It's
put them on the charts if I'm while I'm day trading, but I think a good like we can go ahead, Daniel, if you want to hop on to the MNQ 5 minute chart and
yeah,
put on
let's
one,
do
two,
it.
three strike
Yeah.
AI, please. But one reason is David is a lot of the times these indicators will have a signal perhaps every several hours or might be longer than that. If the trade keeps playing out, might be a trade in the next 10 hours. So using them for additional confirmation, sure, we can do that. It's checking out statistics, that's definitely a good idea. We just didn't happen to do it. But also, I think we prefer in these sessions to usually focus on liquidity IQ and volume IQ just because we're able to make up our own signals and setups in the short span
Yeah.
of time we have.
Yeah. And I think also, David, and you're absolutely right. We should be putting these on. I also, and I actually mentioned this in my uh when he started talking in the beginning, that this is the extra confirmation that we often like want to see. I just feel that if you do this, if you do live trading like this, and you have too much stuff on, I might get confused, and more importantly, I think users or viewers will also get confused seeing all this stuff on the chart at the same time. So that's why I try to keep it simple. But I love to have this extra confirmation. So if we, you know, oh, I can't believe you trace all the way back to this
This
zone,
is actually
Nicholas.
really interesting long though. But look, this is another thing like
Yeah, it is an
I,
interesting long.
it's very
Actually, I
far
made
stop. We wouldn't use that stop from this long signal. Look where it is, all the way down at 23,370. But look, that's a long signal right as it bounces from
yeah.
a support in tier two.
I actually like it a lot. I think I'm gonna take this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
actually,
it too.
you're right. I'm gonna take this long trade
It's good
in
reward
the
to risk.
anticipate like a long entry here. You get down there. Oh, stop loss just below this support level, and might take profit just a little bit in the middle. Quick little scalp. Uh, Once again, playing the range bound pattern here. This is going to be rangy until 2 p.m. That's a guarantee. If you come down here, nice entry, I think we're going to see a move further up.
One thing
Yeah.
we see here, which I think actually makes me think, because I applied the indicator and I'm like, I don't like that stop loss. Look how far it is maybe some sort of
Where's the stop
adjust.
loss? Where do you?
It's
Oh,
that little
down there.
green
That's.
dot all the way down
Yeah.
there, but
Oh,
maybe
I
some
just
sort of
put.
adjustability for
Yeah.
the stop loss calculation in the indicators could be a good feature in the future. The reason why
Hmm.
it's so far right now, just so people understand, is it's based on current volatility. So you can see the stops were way tighter earlier this
Yeah.
morning. But now that the market's whipsawing up and down, it's saying, okay, let's put a very far stop. And over 43 long trades, almost a 60% win rate and a nice profit
Yeah.
factor.
Absolutely. Yeah. Um. Yeah. No. So let's see what happens if you get the fill here. Tight stop. Again, we're playing the range bomb pattern, and we do have a nice long entry signal here with yeah, nice profit factor to the long side for 1 to 3 strike. David, you're absolutely right. Is anybody still in this quant trade? Because are you still in that trade? I think it's
No, I
panning out
exited
really
it
nice at the
just
same
at
time.
391 and a half or something.
Okay.
I didn't capture this low, but I got out. I agreed with you that it looked like it might start to flag and grind up, so I got out. But that's a really nice tier two bounce and the
It's
liquidity capture from the
beautiful.
15-minute chart. Look at the
Yeah.
execution. Not to
I never had
stolen.
any doubts. Nah, it's a great trade, absolutely. All right. Yeah, corn futures. Maybe somebody yeah, got inspiration from this great symbol. Just have a lot of patience when you trade it. Okay, perfect. So what's 11:20? Let me see if there are any questions, guys. If you have questions, Chris says go corn. Yeah. All right.
Is there a 3 p.m. session today, Daniel, we're doing? Or you are
No, at
doing?
3 p.m. Joseph, remind me, what was that? Oh, is that the one with Jody Samuels? That I might be there as a guest appearance. If that's the one, I need to coordinate with Jody. But Joseph, remind me, what was that session today? We typically have these live trading sessions like the one today, maybe once a month, and then we have every Saturday we have at 12 p.m. our live scanning session for swing trading, and then we have yeah, our lunch and learns every Tuesday at 12 p.m. So these are the typical sessions that we have during the week. Uh, oh, for the enroll to the new indicator. Oh no, that was it? I think that session was that's done, Joseph. That's for the liquidity IQ indicators, Joseph. I will send you the recording of this. Remind me, please. This already took place on Friday, I believe. That's the session you're referring to. But yeah, but Joseph, don't worry. We'll work it out. Send me a quick note, and I will definitely send you the recording. And if you have any questions, we can work it out personally as well. All right, good. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, thanks. Perfect. Yeah, it's for liquidity IQ. Yeah. Joseph, send me a quick note, please, for a contact form if that's possible.
Did you
All
get
right, perfect.
executed on MNQ? No.
Oh,
Okay.
no, I don't think
Uh,
so.
but it's
We
close, I
are
think.
not there. Oh, it's coming down. Let's have a look. Just chilling in here. Of course, here the idea was to continue playing this bounce. We're gonna be range bound until 2 p.m. Let's get a good entry, and then hopefully we will, yeah, let's see another bounce to the upside. So we're gonna be patiently waiting here until we potentially get an entry. All right. So far, good trading day. $200 profit, of course. Yeah, which is not bad in these market conditions. But of course, the biggest wins that we had. What did we trade today? We had,
Gold
yeah, gold loss.
and
Where
MNQ loss.
yeah, MQ lost, which should have been a winner for a bad stop loss placement. Our idea was completely spot on. So, predicting the next chapter was right, that we're going to be rangy, because our stop loss was a bit too tight. Then we had, of course, corn, yeah, saving the day, and we had also, what else do we have? That's it, right?
I think that's it. Yeah, now we have a long placed in MNQ.
Yeah.
Silver is interesting right now. And I guess gold would be interesting too.
Is it losing its level? Let's have a
Oh,
look.
gold is really plummeting. So silver,
Oh,
I just went short silver a couple minutes ago.
thanks for talking me out of this trade, Nicholas.
But I know I told you silver still. I said silver instead of gold. If you look at silver, there's still a lot of room. It
Yes.
hasn't even made a low of the day yet.
I'm kidding. Nine. Okay. Yes, gold, of course, we had a beautiful zone break retrace here. Let me just quickly see. Zone break pattern here on the 30-minute time frame. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, losing it now. Ah, yeah. Okay. Also here, honestly, our thesis once again was right, that after the break we see a good follow through. Just the way we executed it was not perfect. And this shows you once again that trade planning and trade execution and really thinking it through, it's so important to have successful trades. But I still take some solace in the fact that our idea, at least, was the correct one. About our prediction was the correct one. Now, the worst thing that you could do, and I'm not going to do it, of course, is to chase this trend. So I will now patiently wait until prices potentially come back up here and then maybe short it. But you said silver, Nicholas?
Yeah, it's a little late now, but
Yeah,
we were talking about it at 37.75,
yeah.
and we were saying, hey, there's a little bit of volume there in the profile, and it's probably going to follow gold. And there's just a good thing. I mean, don't recommend chasing anything ever. But what I'll
Yeah.
do sometimes is if I see something like gold that's clearly way too late to chase, well, I'll think, okay, well, what if there's a correlated symbol that isn't too late to chase? So in this case, it could have been silver.
Oh,
So it's like a substitute. This happens a lot with the
okay.
indices
Yeah,
too.
that's a good point. Yeah, what if there's a laggard out there which just has to move a bit later, which has more room to chase? Yeah, good point. Absolutely. All right. Let's look at Nasdaq again. Moving up. Oh, wait, not chasing. Not so here with these range bound trades, you really want to wait until you're at the extreme of a range, the lower end. Don't enter in the middle, because you have to be patiently waiting. And I think here, see how it comes up. Again, our idea was good, but that's okay. Now, if you come back up here, I'll be looking at shorts. Maybe looking at a short for Nasdaq. Um, Thinking that yeah, it may bounce down. Oh, and look at corn saving the day. Just saw it at my other screen. Oh yeah, Chris, are you still in that trade?
I hope so.
Let
It's
me know.
it's
Let me know for your own sake. Yeah, corn saving the day. What a symbol. I'm actually honestly thinking maybe writing some kind of bot on Ninja Trader Mod of Wave, maybe for our strategy builder,
oh yeah.
to simulate this and see, hey, is this actually a pattern? Maybe it's just a coincidence that it's working out so nicely right now. It could be, but just to see how these kind of trades would have worked out over maybe 1 year or 2 years, just to get some additional information. Because it may just be seasonal, that right now in the summer, for whatever reason, corn is just really bound to these technical levels. It may change, but this is probably going to be good insight to have. I sent the note from support link for Liquidity IQ replay. Can you put your email address, please, in a private message to me or Nicholas, and I will then look for it. I didn't see
I think this is a mention that
any message.
it was just inputted now during the
Oh,
call.
okay, got it. Yeah, I will have a look afterwards. If not, Nicholas, please put our info at email address into the chat. You can
Yep.
always send me a quick direct email to info@tradingindicators.com to yeah, reach out to us. All right. What a trade. Yeah. Anyways, I'm regretting to getting out this trade earlier, but I wanted to book a win for this session. All right. Okay, quick look at MNQ just to see what's going on there. Yeah, just right in the middle here. I will
What about the
patiently wait, and of course, 130 at the latest, I'll be out of all my trades.
Oh, and a good I mean it's not they're not too related, the Russell and the Nasdaq, but if feeling like, oh, I should have gotten in on MNQ, say a similar thing on Dow and Russell is probably more Russell.
Oh,
Actually, I
Russell.
don't know.
Yeah,
The Russell kind of looks a little bearish, but if you're expecting all the indices to then range up, well, this one looks like it might be making a higher low shortly. It's at a tier two, and that's kind of like a laggard potentially, the same way
yeah,
silver and gold was.
but yeah, no, it's a good point. Definitely not as rangy around that tier two as the other ones, and it definitely looks like a. You're right. It looks bullish to me just by looking at this one here. Bullish momentum. We went up now, a bit of a retracement down to this tier two, which could act as support. And we see another leg further up. But I'll stay. I'm not going to open a new trade on this one. Now we're ending our trading session today. As mentioned before, is a bit of a crazy day with the interest rate decision. Also, a quick outlook for what's happening next in the next couple of days. So we have at 2 p.m. today, the interest rate decision. Where is it? Yeah, Fed interest rate decision. Then tomorrow, we just put on the major events here. Tomorrow we have a PC coming out at 8:30. Also potentially a market moving event. And then on Friday, we have non-farm payroll, also at 8:30. So three big events back to back to back. So be super careful. Each of those could potentially shake the market. So this is why I reduced my stock portfolio to a minimum right now. I Many stocks were in profit. I just rang the register on those ones and many of these trades. Thanks to our Liquidity View dashboard for the most part. And I'm just gonna look for new entries after this week is done. So fresh next week. All right, good. With this, guys, I think we are at the end of this session. This was 2 hours. Time flies when you have fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, maybe leave us a note and we will do these sessions more often. Yeah. So Chris says, thanks, guys. Chris, are you still in that trade? Maybe let us know. Are you still short on corn? Uh, Maybe let us know. I'm going to bring up my slides one more time. So if there were any questions, Chris says yes. Okay, perfect. Good stuff. If there was a question which was not addressed, you can always reach out to us at via our homepage, tradingindicators.com. As mentioned before, go to the contact form, put your question there. It goes straight to my inbox, so we don't outsource our customer support. I actually answer most of the emails, and Homer does a lot too, and Nicholas as well. We do it all personally, so you can be assured that this comes straight to our inbox, and we'll get back to you. Sometimes it takes a couple of hours to do it because you might be in the webinar or just being overwhelmed, but we will get back to all your questions. And if you're interested in our indicators, as you can see it here, check them out. They are on every single of our charts all the time. So Volume IQ, MA Rush, and Liquidity IQ, our flagship indicators. And then, of course, supplemented by our market sentiment indicators like Trend Radar and TI Matrix, and of course our signal indicators like 1 to 3 strike and so forth. With this, guys, have a great day, trade safe, and let's see what's happening at 2 p.m. We'll see you all on Saturday for our live scanning session. Until then, thanks, guys. Bye, Niklas. Thank you. Thanks so much for your support. Have a nice day.